Last night's front brought a nice drop in humidity. I'll show you how long the comfortable conditions stick around.
Votes of the dead. Complaints about ballots that were counted after the people who made them had died. Why they were allowed and why Wake County officials could face consequences today.
Too big of a gamble. Plans for a casino along I-95 get shut down. The concerns members of the Lumbee tribe raised when they voted no.
Well, certainly a cooler morning as you're waking up this Wednesday. It's a lot nicer than yesterday, and also visually, I mean, beautiful sunrise we have behind us here. Thanks for joining us here on WRAL News. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Renee Chu. Your tie matching the orangey sunrise today. It is stunning out there, and it feels really nice as well. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with that muggy meter, and I like where it's sitting.
Yes, it's sitting at tolerable, but honestly, yesterday it was tropical, so we've seen it drop 2 levels, and you'll notice it as you step out the door. It's beautiful everywhere. This is a live look at Andrew. You can see all the pretty flowering trees there and nothing but clear sky. 64 is our temperature. And again, that dew point sitting at 62 sits in the nice level. Watching out for maybe a couple of low-lying spots where you could see some fog. Half a mile visibility in Roxborough. It was half a mile in Roxborough in Rocky Mount just a few minutes ago. So just keep your eye on that. It's not anything that's likely to have an impact on your morning commute. It's 55 in Roxborough, but temperatures elsewhere are in the low to mid 60s. And our temperatures are 10 to 15 degrees cooler than this time yesterday, so a big change. Feeling great at lunchtime. We do climb to nearly 90, but the humidity stays low all day today. We got some good rain yesterday. We have more in the forecast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll show you how much more. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, checking your morning commute here in the 6 a.m. hour. Let's start with this live look at I-40, I-540. Traffic is beginning to pick up, but flowing at a nice steady clip in both directions, east and westbound lanes of I-540 this morning. And basically, that's what we're seeing on all of our major routes. No delays whatsoever. You're coming in from Durham, Wake Forest, Knightdale. All those routes are delay-free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Several cars were involved in a major crash overnight on I-440 in Raleigh. You're looking at video from the WRAL breaking news tracker. This was taken around 11 last night near the Wade Avenue and Hillsborough Street exit. You can see multiple cars with front end damage. We're working to learn whether anyone was hurt. Today, the State Board of Elections will be revisiting a case involving Wake County elections officials counting ballots of dead voters in 2024.
And WRAL's Ali Kadlabar is joining us live for that story from outside the State Board of Elections building. Ali, the board will determine if Wake County officials broke the law here.
Yeah, Chris, this has been a lengthy case involving back and forth discussions over the past 2 years. Now, state law mandates removing deceased voters, but it's not clear on what to do if the person legally casted their ballot before they died. So back in 2024, 2 Wake County elections officials voted to reject 42 ballots from voters who died before Election Day, but they accepted 3 others, and it was their family members' request. The vote was divided along party lines, with Democrats approving the 3 ballots. Elections officials admitted their actions were against the state's interpretation of what to do when someone votes early then dies before Election Day. And in 2025, the Democrat-led State Board of Elections criticized Wake officials' decision, but decided to let them stay in office. Recently, a judge reversed that decision, sent it back to the state, and today, the now Republican-led board will determine if those officials broke the law. The State Board of Elections is meeting at 9 this morning to discuss this hearing. WRAL will be following the outcome. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
This morning, authorities are trying to learn what caused a severe fire in Orange County that destroyed a home and killed pets that were inside. The homeowners say lightning might have caused it, but the official cause is being investigated. This happened yesterday afternoon on Shade Tree Road. It's just outside Hillsborough. It took more than an hour and a half to put out the flames, and the home was a total loss. 2 dogs and a chicken died inside. Again, the homeowner reported hearing thunder before smelling the smoke, but that is what's being investigated in terms of the official cause.
This morning, new questions about the future of gambling along I-95. The Lumbee tribe voted last night not to move forward with a proposed casino. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is following that story. Kelsey, the tribe's chairman, was pushing for this, but the voters said no.
Yes, Renee, he was. That vote coming in late last night. Lumbee Tribe members voted against plans to move forward with a new resort and casino. Here's a look at renderings of what that area could have looked like off I-95 in Robeson County. These images show plans for hotels, a casino, convention center, golf course, and more. The development would have been on the 240 acres the tribe purchased last year after being recognized by the federal government. The project was expected to create more than 3,000 jobs. It was also expected to bring in millions in tax revenue that could have been used for the tribe's housing, education, and health care. The plans shot down last night after some tribal members expressed concerns over their gaming rights being taken away and passed on to the tribal council. Tribe Chairman John Lowry posted on Facebook last night saying that he honors the wishes of the members and does not have any plans to bring this issue forward again at any point during the rest of his tenure. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
As the U.S. and Iran make progress in peace negotiations, President Donald Trump says oil is being transported through the Strait of Hormuz. I want to show you a look at the marine traffic from the waterway between 2:30 p.m. Monday and 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Now, during that time, nearly 24 vessels traveled the strait. It is a crucial waterway for around 20% of the world's oil supply. President Donald Trump says 19 million barrels of oil moved through the strait on Monday.
But as you know, we just achieved a historic peace agreement with Iran to end the conflict in the Strait of Hormuz. And by the way, yesterday, 19 million barrels of oil flowed out of the Strait of Hormuz, a very beautiful place.
President Trump also says he is keeping an eye on gas prices. He says he has ordered the DOJ to look into potential price gouging from gasoline companies. Now, as for local gas prices, well, they're up this morning. AAA reports the average in Raleigh is $3.57. In Rocky Mount, it is $3.49. And in Fayetteville, $3.51.
Attorneys for Capitol State Police and a private security officer say they aren't getting the information they're asked for in the civil case over Raleigh's Hedingham mass shooting. The attorneys have asked for documents proving how the victims' family members have suffered since the shooting, and that includes how their finances and well-being have been impacted. They want the plaintiffs to share that information and to cover attorneys' fees. A hearing on this motion is set for next month. 5 people died in the shooting back in October of 2022. The shooter, Austin Thompson, who you see here, was sentenced earlier this year to life in prison without possibility of parole.
Today, Democratic State Representative Maria Cervania will host a press conference about the effect of data centers across the state. She'll meet with business owners, farmers, and anti-data center organizations. This event will be at the North Carolina General Assembly, and that is at 11:30 this morning. Actually, Hillsborough is the latest town to extend its existing pause on data centers. Last night, town leaders voted to extend their moratorium to a whole year. Hillsborough already passed a 60-day moratorium. However, they say the one-year pause will give them time to develop appropriate regulations for land use. You can actually watch our previous coverage on data centers on the WRAL YouTube channel. We have information on what an AI data center is and how it could affect your water.
Today, the town of Clayton looks toward its future. That will be the focus during today's State of Economic Development event. The discussion will be led by the Clayton Chamber of Commerce. The focus will be on how much the town has grown and what the economy looks like going forward. We spoke with the town's economic director, and he tells us Clayton's population is growing by an average of 5 people a day. The town is also getting a lot of interest from businesses across the country.
A lot of what we're seeing is a renewed interest in the town of Clayton to take advantage of its unique business proposition and our location here right on Clayton Boulevard, I-42 and I-40. And folks that are looking at Clayton really see it as the next opportunity to come and be a part of the growing Research Triangle region.
Today's event will be at the Clayton Center on East 2nd Street. It starts at 8 a.m.
Addressing affordable housing. A major bipartisan bill is headed to President Trump's desk. How this could tackle affordable housing problems across the country.
Every second counts. A local man lost everything in a sophisticated scam. How the key to getting stolen money back may come down to one thing.
Yesterday's front brought us much needed rain and cooler temperatures with a drop in humidity. I'll show you how it will feel through the day coming up.
And we do have a look at your winning Mega Millions numbers right here on your screen. 48, 51, 60, 63, 66. The gold Mega Ball is 20.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio in Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
612, it's beautiful out right now. Seeing a few clouds hanging here over the town hall in Zebulon. Notice the flags are still. It's a very quiet, calm morning for us. Of course, we had a fairly wild day yesterday with several rounds of rain. I'm going to walk you through how much we saw where you are and how much more could be headed our way over the weekend. But enjoy this beautiful morning. Notice Wilson and Rocky Mount showing up with the squiggly clouds there. That's the potential for a few patches of fog, but nothing that's going to cause any real issues for your morning commute. A comfortable 59 in Roanoke Rapids, 61 in Southern Pines, 64 in Durham right now. Planning your day, we're comfortably in the low to mid 60s as you grab your morning coffee. You could eat your lunch outside today with 82 and low humidity. And then home from work, temperatures will be in the upper 80s, but humidity stays low all day. Ken?
Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. So those of you coming out of Chapel Hill this morning, we're picking up a little bit of a slowdown, depending on where you're coming from this morning. Around the Irvin Road interchange there, I checked, it's about a less than a 1 mile backup. Of course, first responders are also working a crash at I-40 eastbound at Durham Chapel Hill Road. Again, we're not seeing any delays near the crash, but just know that you'll be running to sort of like a 1 mile delay there around Irvin Road. I'll keep an eye on it and let you know how much it's going to affect your morning commute. And of course, coming up, I'll take a look at some other major routes to see if we're picking up any delays as well, Renee.
Sounds good. We'll see you then. A bipartisan bill aimed at making housing more affordable for Americans is heading to President Trump's desk. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act passed the U.S. House yesterday in a 358-32 vote. Supporters say the legislation is designed to increase the nation's housing supply. It will also ease some regulations to help speed up construction and limit the ability of investors to purchase single-family homes. President Trump has previously signaled he would sign the bill into law.
Well, it looks like fencing is going up around the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial ahead of America's 250th birthday. There are also new security cameras and an increased National Guard and police presence. Teams have been working to clear algae from the pool, and pieces of blue paint have started coming loose. President Donald Trump is doubling down on claims of vandalism being the cause of recent issues with the pool. 6 people have also been arrested. A man in Fuquay-Varina lost his retirement savings to a scammer, and he shared his story with WRAL Investigates. We brought you that this week. The victim said it started with what he thought was a call from a wrong number. It turned into a months-long friendship, and he found himself talking to the woman daily. Initially, he did not want to invest in crypto, but she convinced him, and at first, he saw big returns. Well, then he went all in and lost everything. WRAL Investigates' Megan Clorty went in depth with Laura Levine about this scam and why experts say it must be reported as quickly as possible.
If this happened to you maybe even 2 years ago, they didn't really know how to get the money back. And because it is such a prevalent crime, they've figured out and they have the tools, which are far above my pay grade to understand.
Right.
But they have the financial tools to start tracking where they're storing the money and where they're moving the money. But it is a massive money laundering scheme. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. So they try and get it away from U.S. jurisdiction as quickly as possible. So it's a time game. It's all about time.
Megan and Laura also talk about how the scammers who are behind this scheme are actually victims themselves and why this is called a pig butchering scam. You can find their entire conversation on the WRAL YouTube channel.
It will be months before Raleigh's Planning Commission makes a decision on a residential rezoning effort that could affect traffic near Millbrook High School. They agreed to hold off on voting until August. That will give the developer more time to make changes. If it's approved, the plan could bring nearly 50 homes to Litchford Road. A stretch of Glenwood Avenue will be closed starting this weekend because of road work. The closure starts Sunday night between Wade Avenue and Women's Club Drive. The 5 Points intersection will also be closed nightly between July 12th and July 14th. And detours will be posted.
Well, the North Carolina Forest Service is watching fire potential as the drought gets worse. And one way it monitors drought conditions is by measuring moisture in the top layer of soil. When those upper layers dry out, fire potential increases, and fires that start can be more difficult to contain. That's why park rangers want you to be extra careful.
Leave everything in designated areas. So, like, for example, if you're using a fire ring, keep the fire there. Don't start a fire elsewhere. And also, if like you're using charcoal, sometimes we have issues where people throw those ashes into the woods, thinking it'll just go away. That's another hazard and a no-no.
And park rangers are also reminding visitors to stay hydrated and know the signs of heat-related illnesses. That's super important around this time, Renee.
And in these drought conditions, we always root for rain. And it was so great to see yesterday's amounts. Yesterday, Elizabeth, it was so nice.
It was so nice. You know, some people saw as much as 2+ inches of rain in a couple of rounds, you know, one at lunchtime and another one around dinner time. The front has moved eastward and high pressure is building in now, and that's making for a beautiful morning. We take a look at our Garner Tower. So we're looking across Wake County, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Just a couple of lingering clouds there. We're looking at a dry day today and tomorrow, but there is more rain in our forecast over the weekend. Let's talk about how much we saw yesterday. One thing about our summer pattern is thunderstorms are almost always scattered, so they don't leave equal amounts of rain. You can see here some pockets just east of Raleigh where we have purple. That's where the rainfall was over 2 inches. But we also had some areas, especially Sanford down toward Fayetteville. Some of our southern counties just really didn't see a whole lot of rain out of this one. Closer to the Triangle, we had almost an inch of rain over near Jordan Lake. We had a pocket there north of Raleigh at almost 2 inches, a little over 2 inches here where we had one of the strongest cells yesterday around lunchtime, and that was for the southern part of Franklin County, parts of Nash County, Wilson County also seeing some of those heavier rainfall totals. We also had a powerful cell near South Hill where there was 1.2 inches, and again in eastern Halifax County, over 1.5 inches to 2 inches there. But then down south, Fayetteville did see 1.2, but a lot of the areas in the south just really didn't see a whole lot of rain. We take a look at dual Doppler 5000 radar, and you can see right here about 5 instances north and east of the Triangle where we did have some wind damage. We get a break today and tomorrow, but our next rain comes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have another front that'll drop in on us from the north. You can see Friday, or we're starting in the afternoon into the evening, some scattered showers. It doesn't look like we'll see as much coverage as we saw yesterday, but we'll have another chance at it again on Saturday. Unfortunately, this time it doesn't look like we're going to total up a whole lot of rain. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will definitely have a good chance for rain, but the amounts that we could see are probably anywhere from 1/4 inch to less than that. The other issue for the weekend will be the high heat. Our temperature on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be in the mid to upper 90s. So enjoy today. Today's going to feel great out there with low humidity. Ken, a really nice day to be outside.
Oh, very comfortable. Excellent. Here's something that I'm looking at right now, particularly if you're coming out of Orange County, mainly in the Chapel Hill area. I'm picking up almost a 2-mile backup, certainly around Irwin Road, stretching all the way back for almost 2 miles. We're working to figure out exactly what's going on. It might be first responders working an incident, but I'll keep an eye on it and let you know how much it's going to continue to affect your morning commute. But as far as other routes heading into the Raleigh-Wake County area, no delays whatsoever. If you're coming in from Wake Forest, Knightdale, the Gardner-Johnston County area, I-40 westbound, completely delay-free. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
And keep us tuned in all morning long. Thanks, Ken. Your time is 6:20 on this Wednesday morning. Student loan changes. 5 on your side tells you what you need to know about the end of the SAVE program and what's next for tens of thousands of people in our state. Plus, honoring the Canes. The Stanley Cup made a stop at the state legislative building. Coach Rod Brendamore's message to fans after a historic season. And just a reminder, if you ever see some breaking news, maybe you have a story tip and video or pictures of weather where you are, why not report that to us? Do it at WRAL.com/report it.
The Stanley Cup was at the state legislature yesterday. Lawmakers honored the Carolina Hurricanes and praised the team for unifying the state during their championship run. Staffers and families crowded the galleries and rotunda to get a glimpse of the silver trophy. Coach Rod Brendamore, Captain Jordan Stahl, and Assistant Captain Jordan Marnick were there. Brendamore said the Canes can be a model for everyone.
What I witnessed was a lot of people coming together and supporting us, but maybe people that wouldn't normally talk to each other. We're State fans and Carolina fans and Duke fans and whoever else fans coming together and supporting our team. And we're very, very happy to see us win because we're their team.
Such a beautiful thing. Both chambers passed resolutions honoring the Hurricanes, outlining their strong postseason play and, of course, the championship.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
The Magic School Bus could soon be headed to the big screen, and a special night for Cameron Boozer at the NBA Draft.
Yeah, talking about that this morning, we have Ken Smith and What's Trending.
Yeah, it was quite a night for local players, but we're going to start with that live-action remake of The Magic School Bus starring Elizabeth Banks, gaining momentum. Variety reporting Rob Letterman will direct the movie. Now, he is known for movies like Shark Tales and Detective Pikachu.
And Elizabeth Banks will play the iconic Miss Frizzle in the live-action film. The movie has been in development for years. It's still unclear when it will be released.
Still one of my favorite theme songs from cartoons.
I see you. All right, it was a family affair, the NBA Draft. The Boozer family well represented. Cameron Boozer is, of course, the son of former NBA and Duke star Carlos Boozer. The two got together for a photo shoot during last night's celebration.
Yeah, and Cameron Boozer was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies with the number 3 overall pick. And Renee, I think you were talking about there's a little brother coming behind too as well, right? Another sibling in the family?
Cameron brought that up.
Mm-hmm. And our producer corrected us and said he actually has a twin.
Oh,
yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Learn something new every day. All right, thanks, Ken. Well, hey, there's more World Cup action today on Fox 50. Switzerland takes on Canada at 3 p.m. And then at 6, it's Scotland and Brazil. And then at 9 o'clock, you have Czechia playing Mexico.
Counting dead voters. The State Board of Elections revisiting a case tied to the 2024 election. One new complaint wants 2 Wake County board members removed from their positions.
Plus, casino rejected. The Lumbee tribe voted against an amendment that would have built a casino in Robinson County. The concerns from voters that affected their decision.
Behind yesterday's front that brought us much needed rain, it's going to be a beautiful day today. If you're going to be out and about, the Gibson Play Plaza at Dix Park will feel comfortable this morning, and the humidity stays low through the afternoon. I'll let you know how long it stays this comfortable coming up.